Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
Craptastic game that was, but welcome into the Fightins Postgame show. My name is Marc Farzetta. Alex Schmitz producing the program. This show is brought to you by the wonderful people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let the experts get rid of that ugly green algae and mold off your roof, off your siding, and off your deck. They service Delaware, Delco, and Chester counties. Give them a call right after the show at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250 for Colony Pools and Power Washing. So I did tweet out right before the show, as I do, tweet out the link so everyone can see it. Lorenzen, 3 1/3, 7 runs, 6 earned, 8 hits. Phillies led 6-1 there in the top of the 4th inning. Washington then put up a 6-run bottom of the 4th inning. Johan Rojas. 2 hands. 2 hands. Okay, I really like Johan Rojas. Okay, so I don't want to pile on too much, but 2 hands. I know he never catches the ball with 2 hands. And he does prance to the baseball, and he does, late hands. I say it all the time. We talk about it with wide receivers all the time in football. Show your hands late. It's almost like he always shows his hand late, flares the glove, and unfortunately that was a drop that he had. And it was a crucial error. Would have been the second out of the inning, and I got a little bit more confidence in the Phillies being able to get out of a 2-out inning as opposed to like a 1-out inning. And look, the floodgates opened up after that anyway, so I understand not blaming Johan Rojas entirely, but that still was a crucial error. I believe that the Phillies, look, they were going to do really well with Nick Castellanos, unfortunately, struggling in this game, the 0 for 5. Bryson Stott 0 for 3. Trey Turner 0 for 3. Trey Turner striking out with the bases loaded. That was a rough one to stomach, of course, but Johan Rojas doesn't make that error, and I don't think that the Phillies might still lose this game, but I don't think they certainly go on to allow a 6-run bottom of the 4th inning. It's probably would have been the difference in the game. But he came up with that. Castellanos, Stott, Turner, 0 for 4 in the game. Kyle Schwarber, man, hits 2 dingers for you tonight. 31st and 32nd home runs of the year, and they waste that game. All right, now let's talk about Michael Lorenzen here. Oh, by the way, okay, so I tweeted that out. All right, and in response, I then get, there's a lot about this that is not ideal. I would agree with that, BB. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. So it was obviously a very rough game for the Fightins tonight. Again, Rojas sticks out, and then, look, he had, I guess, technically 9 days between starts, Michael Lorenzen. 124 pitches. Yeah, sure, maybe that was a bit much, but maybe it was also a little too much of a layoff. As I said, I wanted him to start in place of Aaron Nola in the second game of that Toronto Blue Jays series, but that unfortunately wasn't the case. Rob Thompson opted not to do that. I would have gone to Michael Lorenzen and then given Aaron Nola more of a break because he seems like a guy that could certainly use more of a break than Michael Lorenzen did. But it looked like tonight he was really relying on his changeup. There were a couple of pitches out of his hand tonight that just looked flat. They didn't have the bite on them that they had in the previous 2 starts for Michael Lorenzen pitching against the Washington Nationals. And this was a case of just not having that same type of movement on his pitches. You go in even to that second inning there, he allows the RBI single to Alou as the first run of the ball game. Then he allows the sac bunt. Now, this was just absolutely bonkers. So Vargas goes up there and steps on home plate. Meanwhile, Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire, I don't know what, I watched it in replay twice, and there's no, waving the play dead. Meanwhile, Harper makes the bad throw across the field, which was obviously a bad decision, but it's all for naught because it ends up being an out, so you have 2 outs then in the inning. Vargas stepped on the plate, was called out by a home plate umpire, Jim Wolf, and then Rutherford goes up there and he grounds out to Bryce Harper at first. And a sharp 1-hopper to Bryce Harper at first, which he fielded, stepped on the bag, and that was it. But the Alou hit, it was just timed perfectly. It was just a classic case of just hit them where they barely are, and it just leaked its way into the outfield for the RBI single. Garrett had a double. Before that, he got in scoring position and then ended up coming back to bite the Phillies in the old behind there. You go into the third inning. Nothing doing there for the Phillies, unfortunately, other than JAKIB getting his first of, I believe, 2 doubles tonight. Abrams comes out there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. You have the infield single from Thomas. It was a great play by Stott, and he just missed getting the out there at first base. And then Meneses goes up there, and he grounds into the double play to get out of that jam. 4th inning is where the fireworks just absolutely went off. Things were looking great for the – okay, they're down 1-0. Harper leads things off with a double to left field. Castellanos goes up there and strikes out looking at an 0-2 fastball. I guess he just did not expect Adon to go up there and challenge him with a fastball, but that's exactly what he did. Was not expecting it. He watched it go right down the heart of the plate, and then he said, "Thank you very much," and he got out of the batter's box, so he struck out. Then Bryson Stott flew out to left field. A rough one for him. Trey Turner did have 2 walks in this game, but this was the first of the 2 walks. He goes up there and he walks. Should be a 1 walk in the game. Trey Turner goes up there, works the walk. JT Realmuto's at the plate, gets the 2-run double to left field. Then all of a sudden it's a 2-1 ball game. JAKIB gets the RBI double to left. It's a 3-1 ball game. Johan Rojas comes up with an RBI single. Kyle Schwarber gets his first of 2 home runs of the game with a 2-run home run to right field. Makes it a 6-1 ball game. And you're thinking, this is great. This is exactly what the Phillies should be doing against a far inferior opponent in the Washington Nationals. And then the bottom of the inning happened. No, Alec Boehm did get a hit later in the ballgame, but here you go. So 9 batters in the inning, 6 runs scored on 5 hits and a walk, including a home run there by Kyle Schwarber. Okay, so that was great. Also 2 extra base hits there for the 3 extra base hits there for the 4 if you include the home run, of course. So 4 extra base hits. That's pretty good for an inning, right? Now let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and talk about where the problems really started. You get 1 out right out of the gate there with Ruiz popping out to Alec Boehm at third base. Then Smith is safe on the fly ball to center field that bounced out of the heel of the mitt of Johan Rojas in center field. So now you have a runner on second base with 1 out. Garrett steps up. He gets the single. You get first and third with 1 out. Alou comes up. He pokes one into the outfield for an RBI single. 3-2 changeup, 7-pitch at bat. 3-2 changeup that just hung up there just enough, and Alou was not fooled on it at all, and he pokes it into right field for the RBI. So now it's a 6-2 ball game. You have first and second with 1 out. Vargas comes up. He works a 9-pitch walk. So you have a 7-pitch at bat by Alou that ended up with an RBI single. Then you have Vargas working a 9-pitch walk. Needless to say, at this point, I was starting to get a little worried about our boy. Okay, I was starting to get a little worried about Michael Lorenzen. So now you have a bases loaded, 1-out situation. Rutherford goes up there, gets the 2-run single to left field. Abrams comes up there, and it was another changeup. The thing that I have been, the thing I've been touting the most about Michael Lorenzen in his previous 2 starts, one was a no-hitter, the other was another 8-inning performance, which is also really good, was that his changeup looked great. This changeup looked like it was on point. He was keeping guys off balance with it. He was setting it up well with his fastball, and the changeup just did him in tonight. Whether it was the RBI single there to Alou, the second for Alou in the game, or it was the 3-run bomb of a home run to right field by Abrams, who just was sitting on that changeup, did not think he was going to get challenged with the fastball, and just walloped it into the right field stands. And then the next thing you know, you blink and it's a 7-6 ball game. Lorenzen out, Hoffman in, Thomas strikes out, Meneses flies out to left field, but the damage had been done. It was a 6-run top of the 4th for the Phillies and a 6-run bottom of the 4th for the Washington Nationals. You go on there and just, I don't know what to tell you, folks. It was a rough one. You go into the 7th inning, Phillies get a bases-loaded situation. They can't do anything with it. Kyle Schwarber led off against Garcia, who came in out of the pen there for the Nationals. He grounds out to second base. He showed bunt. Okay, he had 2 home runs tonight. I don't know why Kyle Schwarber ever shows bunt. I don't like it. He did it in the World Series, if you remember, and my head almost exploded. So Kyle Schwarber goes up there and is back there in the 7th inning to lead off the inning. And the first pitch, he shows bunt. It was a slider that crept right in for a strike. So now he's down the 0-1. He ends up grounding out to second base there. Then Alec Boehm steps up. He gets a single to right field. Harper gets the infield single. You get first and second with 1 out. They go to the bullpen. Machado comes in. Castellanos, guess what happened? He's struck out again. This time swinging over top of a sinker that I think would have hit him in the kneecap. I think if he didn't swing at it, it just would have hit him in the kneecap. Now, fortunately, it happened because I still want him playing. I don't want him hurt. But anyway, he swings over top of an inside sinker. Then Bryson Stott comes up there. He works a walk, which was great. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Trey Turner, be a hero, fella. Be a hero in front of your old fans there in D.C. He wasn't. Machado threw him a high slider, and he was actually, I think he was actually late on the pitch, swinging at it, and he struck out. An opportunity there in what was an 8-6 ball game to do some damage, and it didn't happen. Phillies got another run in the 9th inning there when Kyle Schwarber hit his second home run of the ball game. 8-7, Phillies lose. No W tonight for the Phillies, unfortunately. It was wildly frustrating. If you look at what's the big reason the Phillies lost today, I mean, obviously it's that 4th inning. I think Yohan Ross making that crucial error was bad. Also, let's call it what it is. There were a couple of hits in the early goings of the ball game that made you think that Michael Lorenzen just didn't have it tonight. In that first inning, Ruiz flew out to center field, and it was warning track power. I mean, it was a ball. I think it was another changeup that was just smacked to right center field, and Rojas was able to flag that one down on the warning track. But still, they gave it a ride. Ruiz gave it a ride. Then you go into that second inning, and there's another opportunity. Then you go to the 4th inning. There's another opportunity there where that ball was still hit to the warning track. It was still hit very well, still should have been an out, and Lorenzen just didn't look like he had his best stuff tonight, bottom line. So maybe he was going to get tattooed in another spot. Maybe there was going to be still 2-out lightning, albeit with 2 runners, a runner out, or 2 out with nobody on, essentially. Maybe he still was going to be leaking fuel like he was as the game went on there, but it only lasted 3 1/3, 74 pitches for Michael Lorenzen in this particular start. But the Phillies have been in this situation before. They just lost the first game of a 2-game series to the Blue Jays, and they came back. They lost game 1 before they went on their big run in June. They lost game 1 after they got, I think it was swept in New York against the Mets. Remember that when the Mets were like good at baseball and stuff? And then they went to Washington. Zach Wheeler had that awful start. And then the Phillies went on an epic run. All right. But they lost the first game of that series. So they've lost the first game of this series against the Nationals. I'll fully expect them to bounce back tomorrow. But let's face it, folks. This is supposed to be a stretch run in the Phillies schedule where they're supposed to be putting massive distance between them and the rest of the competition. Miami's in LA tonight against the Dodgers. The Braves were up on the Giants the last I saw. So that's a great thing for the Phillies to give them a little bit of help tonight. Actually rooting for the Braves to do well tonight. More so rooting for San Francisco to be terrible. But that's really what we want to see tonight is just San Francisco be terrible so they don't pick up any ground on the Phillies in the wild card standings. Going into tonight, the Phillies were 3.5 games up on the Giants. And right now, it's a final. The Braves did beat the Giants tonight in Atlanta 4-0. 10 hits for the Braves. San Francisco Giants mustered just 2. Marlins and Dodgers are just about to get underway in about 6 minutes. So that's when that game will be getting started as far as that goes. So that's what I can tell you about everything else. The Phillies have had these situations before. The Reds won tonight, 1-0 over the Blue Jays. But the Phillies have had this situation before where they drop that first game of the series, and then they come back, they rally, and they get things going. My question is, look, I don't think you're going to get no hitters and 8-inning performances every single day or every single start from Michael Lorenzen. So how are the Phillies going to navigate this situation? I also don't think he's going to get rocked in 3 1/3 innings for 7 runs, 6 of them earned. I don't think that's going to happen either. So what's the happy medium here when it comes to Michael Lorenzen? First off, you have to figure out how to manage him. I know I've had arguments with people in the past about 6-man rotations, about what the Phillies should do with 6-man rotations, and that goes back to the days of Roy Halladay. Rest them in September. Make sure you get that extra rest. Pitchers are weird, man. They are creatures of habit. You can say this about almost every athlete, especially baseball players, especially pitchers. But sometimes that rest. Now, it's helped a guy like Aaron Nola in the past. We'll see if it eventually helps him again. But maybe a guy like Michael Lorenzen just needs to be out there. Man, let's talk about this for a second. This guy is he's played more as a relief pitcher than he has as a starting pitcher. So he's used to going out there being ready to go every single day. As a bullpen arm for most of his career, he is used to being able to go out there every single day. Now, he's not throwing 100 pitches in those bullpen appearances, so I just want to make sure that I am acknowledging that because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying the guy's mindset is more inclined to be on shorter rest than it is longer rest. 9 days is a bit of a long time, even after 124 pitches. So maybe the Phillies got a little overzealous with that rest, considering there were 2 off days since his last start. So that was a nice long break there for Michael Lorenzen. How are they going to manage this going forward? The Phillies are going to make a push and continue to be a leader in the wild card. They're going to need to make sure that they have everything clicking on all cylinders and have everybody playing at their best possible level and ready to go at any given moment. Maybe the 6-man rotation is good as long as it's like 6 days. Occasionally 7. 8, 9 seems a bit overzealous when it comes to wanting to get a guy rest. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, let's get to the chat and see how you wonderful people are doing today. Greg Benson, help us feel better about this one. We're counting on you. I don't know what I can do. The Great Bambino. Does that help? Prop comedy and Porter? No? Doesn't help at all? I tried my best. Oh, how about this? How about this little fun fact? This little piece here of Veteran Stadium. Hold on, make sure I don't mess my mic up. There we go. This little piece of Veteran Stadium was given to me by Delilah's Gentlemen's Club. Does that help? Everybody feeling better? Know where I got my props? No? I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. That's for you, Greg. John Marinelli, lazy, sloppy game. Garbage pitching equals deserved loss. Can't disagree with you. Can't disagree with you. Farzy can't get bench the bar. Oh, no, Farzy, no. Golden sombrero for Casty. Nice bases loaded knock for Trey. Don't put the knife in. Don't put the knife in and turn. Don't put the knife in and turn. Crazy, atrocious. I concur. Braves out here doing the Fightins work by shutting out the San Francisco Giants. That's true. Crazy, it's too long of a layoff. I concur. John Marinelli, I really hope the Phillies can get some actual starting pitching this offseason. This gang ain't cutting it. The guy just pitched a no-hitter. I'm not going to jump all over Michael Lorenzen. I'm more so going to jump on the idea of how they're using him. Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys are like me. Maybe you're not like me. I tend to believe that starting pitchers in baseball are creatures of habit. Now, there's some guys that do flourish when they get a little extra rest. And over the last 2 years, Aaron Nola has been a better pitcher when he's had 6 days rest. Okay, he's been a much better pitcher. I'm going to wait for that. Maybe one more start, see if that comes around. Maybe cross my fingers. But as far as Michael Lorenzen, I don't think that's really what he needs right now, even after 124 pitch performance. Maybe even that out just a wee bit. Too long a layoff for Crazy. Really hope the Phillies. Jose Perez was home. This is laughable. How could you even lose it to the Nationals? Lose it to the Nationals? They blew it against the Nationals. 6-1. You have a 5-run lead. Okay? You have a 5-run lead against the Washington Nationals. A team, mind you, let me just make sure I have this exact number right. A team that is, let me see here. They're 24 games out of first place in the division. Phillies are 13.5. All right. The Washington Nationals, 24 games out of first place. The Washington Nationals are 11 games under 500. Well, I'm sorry. Going into tonight, they were 12 games under 500. And you blow it like that to them. You blow it like that to them. Their run differential is minus 82. In that in that fourth inning, it was even. Both teams scored 6 runs. So there you go. There you go. There you go. What did T-Mac say at the end of the broadcast? It's the 5th time this year the Phillies have blown a 5-run lead. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to the chat and see how you guys are. Topper said it just popped out of his glove. Rojas there in center field. It just popped out of his glove. I could tell by it just popping out of his glove. Look, I understand every baseball player has these moments. And Johan Rojas has been fantastic in center field. I love him in center field. Okay. I like the Phillies lineup tonight with Bryce Harper at first. That should be the way it is more often than not, far more often than not. I'd say 85% of the time right now. I think that'll be I think that managed my expectations. If it's me, that's 100% of the time. That manages my expectations. Phillies get 2 home runs from Kyle Schwarber. They had, what did Jake Cave end up with tonight? They ended up with 2 hits or 3 hits tonight. Let me pull up the box score. He had himself a night. I know that. Nope, that's the wrong button. Idiot. Talking to me. Jake Cave tonight, 3 hits, 2 doubles, and a single as well. He had an RBI also. 2 home runs from Kyle Schwarber, 3 hits from Jake Cave, and the Phillies waste it. Johan Rojas dropping that ball, though, was that was a killer. That was absolutely a killer. John Marinelli, it looked like Rojas took a peek at the wall before he dropped it. T-Mac said he had been the best defensive center fielder in baseball, so whatever. He had been. Like, he's still a young guy. He's still got to improve. Every young guy, they're great. There's things that can still improve upon. He's been a great defensive center fielder. I'm not taking anything away from him. I will say, when I do watch him on a regular basis and he's out there in center field and he does that little flip of the glove, it drives me like it's hard enough for me to get over the idea of people not using 2 hands, right? Okay, I know that's so basic. I know that's so little league. I know these guys are big leaguers. Okay, fine. But that little pop out at the last second, no pun intended, but the flail in the glove out there at the last second, I can do away with that. Maybe settle under it a little bit more. He's got the speed to get there, no doubt about it. I don't mind the prancing. The prancing, if anything, helps stop his head from bouncing up and down so frequently to make it easier to catch a baseball. For whatever reason, it wasn't the case on this particular play. Greg Benson, that helped. Thank you. Babs, what's up, Babs? Amaro said pitching on so many days rest doesn't help anyone. Maybe a shot at Thompson. Ooh. Well, remember, I mean, Ruben Amaro Jr. was the GM when they were trying to go, should we go through a 6-man rotation to help this incredible rotation that we have with Roy Oswalt and Cole Hamels and Roy Halladay and Cliff Lee? Should we wait? Should we wait? Joe Blanton. That's right. Should we give him a 6-man rotation? Should we try to work somebody else in here? Try to get a little different rotation going in here? Ruben Amaro Jr. was the GM. They did not. They did not go to the 6-man rotation, and I applauded them. I applauded Ruben Amaro Jr. for not going to the 6-man rotation. Greg Benson says that did help. I'm glad I can show you my Delilah's. Wow, that almost was a terrible sentence to say out loud into a microphone. Actually, it's not that bad. That turf from Delilah's. That's. Do with that as you will. Farzy gets the bar. Were you a frequent patron of the club? No, in all honesty, I stole that when I worked at WIP from the prize closet. And other ones were signed by the ladies from Delilah's. I believe I gave that to my brother for Christmas one year. John Marino, it's not just Lorenzen, it's Nola, it's Walker, it's Sanchez. Yeah, I got more confidence in those guys being able to turn it around as the season goes on. Not Nola. I'm sorry. Everyone but Nola. I have no confidence in Aaron Nola turning it around and all of a sudden being some great pitcher again or, competing. Oh, those guys got Cy Young stuff again. No, I don't. Let's put it this way. I don't expect Aaron Nola to have, it's already August 18th. I don't expect Aaron Nola to have a September like Ranger Suarez had a June. Okay? I'm not expecting that. Taijuan Walker needs a rest. He needs a break. No doubt about that. The velocity's been bad. Aaron Nola needs more rest as well. That's why, again, I wouldn't have started him against the Blue Jays. His velocity was terrible, like 89, 90, 91 miles per hour on his fastball. Please. Walker needs a break. Sanchez, I got confidence in. And Wheeler, I got confidence in. But Nola, not so much. Walker right now with the dead arm period, he's already been trying to keep the team afloat. And he has, for the most part, still keeping the team afloat despite not having his best stuff. But yeah, when it comes to the rest of the rotation, I got more confidence in them than I have Nola. And I will have more confidence in Walker, but he needs a break. Still leading the league in wins, man. That's bonkers. That's just absolutely bonkers. Oh, wait a minute. No. John Lamb's telling me on Twitter here, good to see Lorenzen tap into his inner Cliff Lee. Please don't tell me Michael Lorenzen said that's baseball. I really liked Cliff Lee, but whenever he said that was baseball, that just thank you. Thank you for telling me that's baseball. It's as if we didn't know the sport we were watching. Who's starting Sunday? They haven't listed anyone yet. Your guess is as good as mine right now. I do not know. I wish I did know. I do not know. But as of right now, have a great weekend, Farzy. Don't worry. We still got this. Thank you, Babs. I needed that from Barbara Carroll. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Phillies and Nationals back at it tomorrow in D.C. 4:05 start time there, okay? 4:05 start time. Christopher Sanchez gets the start against Jake Irvin. Sanchez actually won a ball game. He's 1-3 on the season with a 3.39 ERA. The lefty for the Phillies, the 26-year-old lefty out of the Dominican Republic, is coming off a 6-inning, 2 earned run performance against the Minnesota Twins, which will be, let's see, beep, bop, bop, 7 days. Pause. 8 days between starts. 7 days between starts for Christopher Sanchez. So that'll be a nice thing. He bounced back from a 6-run performance in his previous start to that. So Christopher Sanchez gets the ball for the Phillies tomorrow. And we'll see if he can do what he's normally done this season, which is give the Phillies at least a chance to win. And maybe this time around, the Phillies score some runs for him. Jake Irvin gets the start for the Washington Nationals. 26-year-old right-handed pitcher. He's 3-5 on the season with a 4.76 ERA. Trying to think if he has not faced the Phillies this year. So yeah, that's where we're at when it comes to Jake Irvin enjoying his rookie contest. Has yet to face the Phillies, and he'll do so tomorrow afternoon at 4:05 at Nationals Park. And then after that, it's the Little League World Series game between the Nationals and the Phillies. They'll make their way over to Williamsport and play that game then and there. Let me make sure I bitched and moaned about everything I wanted to in this particular baseball game. Trey Turner striking out with the bases loaded. Nick Castellanos having a very bad day at the plate. Had another great catch in right field. Got to give him that. He's been playing that position really well. I think I've wined and dined you this evening and showed you my collection. All right. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are great. Be back with you guys tomorrow after hopefully a Phillies win. Let's go. Why did John Messina? What's up, John? Why did Abrams not see the dirt after the home run? I'll tell you this. I don't have a problem with bat flips or admiring a home run. That home run was gone by a mile. I know not too long ago that would have been a little chin music the next time up there. That would have been, eating dirt. That would have been a bow tie. You know what I mean? I don't mind it. I think that makes the game more fun. I know it doesn't feel great as a pitcher, but maybe make a better pitch. Maybe not hang a changeup in the middle of the plate for him to just wallop. So yeah, that's where I'm at there. Plus, I also have a couple screws loose. Like if somebody's throwing at me for me just winning a battle. If you want to choose weapons, I'll bring my weapon out to the mound there, my baseball bat. You're choosing weapons? Oh, cool. I'll meet you on the mound with my bat. Maybe that's just my own philosophy. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Or maybe I'll just wear the Fanatic dangle hat. Maybe make a joke out of it all. I don't know. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are great as per usual. Crazy, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Want to throw it at their head, probably hand or foot. Oh, there you go, Crazy. Thanks everybody. You guys are great. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow after the 4:05 start time and hopefully a victory this time around when the Phillies bounce back against the Nationals tomorrow. Cross my fingers for that. Until then, I'm going to go bench more than the bar with my rage that I have after this pitiful loss by the Philadelphia Phillies. Thanks for watching, everybody. Alex Schmidt produced the program. It's brought to you by the wonderful people at Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let the experts get rid of that ugly green algae and mold off your roof, off your siding, and off your deck. They service Delaware, Delco, and Chester counties. Give them a call right now at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
EAGLES. Eagles.